Chapter 5. The Command Center. The human head is a broadcast tower. Because we are a social species that communicates primarily face-to-face, we have evolved an incredible array of muscles and sensors designed to signal our state to the tribe. However, because we know people are looking at our faces, this is also the area we attempt to mask the most. To see the phase shift here, you must look for the high-speed glitches that occur before the mask is securely fastened. The axis of dominance, the chin, and the tilt. Status is not just a feeling, it is a physical posture. One of the most consistent indicators of a person's perceived status or their jealous reaction to a threat is the position of the head. The high axis, the superiority leak. When the chin is tilted upward, the individual is physically looking down their nose. This is a classic high status signal. If you see this emerge suddenly when a person is challenged, they are attempting to manually reclaim status through a posture of dominance. The head tilt, the vulnerability signal. Tilting the head to the side exposes the carotid artery. In a clinical sense, this is a sign of comfort and high trust. You will almost never see a head tilt in a state of high noise or jealousy. If the tilt disappears the moment a certain topic is raised, you have found a resource leak. The windows of the limbic system, eye accessing cues. There is a popular myth that looking left means lying. The data is more nuanced. Eye movement is not a lie detector, but it is a cognitive load indicator. When the brain is searching for an ultimate truth, a real memory, it accesses different neural pathways than when it is constructing a script, a lie. The gaze shift. Watch for a sudden change in eye contact patterns. If a person who has been maintaining a steady baseline suddenly locks their eyes onto yours when asked a difficult question, they aren't being honest. They are monitoring you to see if you believe their script. This is a conscious neocortical override. The gaze avoidance, the sting. As we noted in the intro, a jealous observer often cannot witness the success of a rival. If a group is applauding a peer and one individual is looking at the floor of their watch, their amygdala is firing a pain response. They are literally shielding their eyes from the threat. The micro-omission, the eyes versus the mouth. This is the most critical tool for the conscious phase shift observer. Because the mouth is easily controlled by the neocortex, it can be forced into a smile. The eyes, however, are much harder to recruit. The Duchenne marker. A genuine smile involves the orbicularis oculi muscles, the ones that create crow's feet at the corners of the eyes. The leak. If someone congratulates you on a promotion, watch the eyes. If the mouth smiles, but the eyes remain flat or cold, you are witnessing a micro-omission. The social script says, "I am happy for you," but the biological hardware is broadcasting, "I am threatened by you." Blink rate and pupil dilation. The eyes also respond to the chemical hijack of adrenaline and cortisol. The pupil leak. When we see something we like or a person we admire, high frequency, our pupils dilate. When we encounter a threat or a rival, high noise, they often constrict. The blink spike. A baseline blink rate is typically 15 to 20 times per minute. When the cognitive load increases, meaning the brain is working hard to maintain a lie or manage a jealous sting, the blink rate will often spike significantly. It is the brain's system lag becoming visible. Summary of the hardware. At this point, you have the data to read the feet, intent, the torso, protection, and the head, status. You are no longer just a participant in a conversation. You are an observer of a biological broadcast. By identifying these leaks, you can see the friction before it turns into fire. You can see the jealousy before it turns into sabotage. This is the foundation of the conscious phase shift. You cannot dismantle a program you cannot see. We now transition from the hardware, the physical body, to the software. This is where we discuss the internal operating system you use to process the data you've gathered. In my years of business management and marketing, I realized that you can have all the data in the world, but if your internal processor is biased or emotional, the deduction will be flawed. To achieve a true conscious phase shift, you must adopt the mindset of a clinical observer.